What is going on, guys? It is Big Mike here. We are back today once again with another Slow Bros podcast, and I'm here with my new co-host, Zombie Dog. How you doing today, Zombie Dog?
Bro. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, and we have a special guest today. We have the man himself, JermaineCubes. How's it going, my dude?
Going good, man. It's going good. Happy to be on.
I'm glad. I've been wanting to get you on the podcast for a long time, but your boy had no motivation to do anything for a while. So let's get into it. We're going to start with a little bit of a brief interview, like we do with every single podcast, just to get to know you before we move on to the other deeper topic. So introduce yourself however you want.
Yo, guys, JermaineCubes. I am 20, about to turn 21 soon, so that'll be fun. And I live in Australia.
All right, all right. So what do you do outside of zombies?
Well, I'm actually studying at uni to be a teacher. So studying education, secondary education, so high school teacher. I think I'm majoring in maths and physics. And yeah, and I just work like a casual job on the side just to earn some money.
What made you want to be a teacher?
Um, just like, cause I liked school a lot. When I was in school, I really enjoyed sort of, learning and stuff. And I sort of just, I like sharing my knowledge. So I figured put them two together, I would, be a good teacher, I guess. I just really, yeah, like the environment of school and stuff.
All right, you know what? If I was a student, I would love to have Mr. Cubes as my teacher. That'd be pretty
That'd be
Yeah,
sick.
awesome.
yeah,
Whenever you get a break in class, get to do some Rubik's cube solving and
yeah,
watch
definitely.
some Mr. Cube's Jetski Vlogs, all that kind of shit. That'd be sick.
Mm.
So how did you get into video games in general?
I mean, I've like always been into games since I was, as young as 5 years old. I remember playing like the old Need for Speed games. And then I played like some Call of Duty with my brother, like, and on the Xbox 360 and just yeah, just sort of always been into games. But never really was into it competitively. Just was, a casual gamer. Um, but yeah, about it.
How did you get into the competitive side of zombies? Because I mean, no, most people don't really start zombies playing competitively. A lot of
Yeah,
us
yeah,
were just little baby casuals just trying to fuck around in the game.
yep,
So, how did
yeah.
you transition from that into like actually going for world records, speedruns, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, well, I just sort of saw a bunch of world record videos on YouTube, and I was like, this looks pretty cool, Like if I could get something like this, like even like at the time, didn't even think I had the potential to, get a high round world record, but I just thought it was really cool, and I, just, started looking into it and practicing and just getting better at the game.
How long were you watching like competitive zombies before you like actually got into like before you
Uh,
actually got to the level where you were capable of playing competitively?
I wasn't really like watching like any streams or anything like that, but like I was just keeping up with the records, like watching all the new, montages and stuff, like just sort of keeping an eye on them. Um, and just like sort of just keeping an eye on what the records are, and then wasn't until like a year ago is when I started watching the streams and learning tips and tricks, strategies and stuff.
That's crazy. I
Mm.
can't believe that you're this new. Like that's like how I don't get how you're newer than me, and I'm still
I
playing
mean,
Megas, bro. I
I've
can't.
I've I've been playing zombies since the game came out, like since 2011, 2010,
Yeah,
2011. But yeah,
I mean,
not
I've been
not
playing since
competitively though.
2012. What it's like. I mean, I got my first like solid like 30 SR in October of 2020. So you're saying you started like January 2021 or like December 2020 or 2020.
Yeah,
That's
pretty much.
crazy. I don't know. I always just assumed everybody was older than me when it came to the community. I haven't really found anybody newer than me.
we're definitely gonna go deeper into that later. We have like an evolution of skill topic, so we'll like actually see how Jermaine went from a filthy casual to a 5 world record holder within a year. So I'm excited for that. But
Yeah.
for now, like what part of the community are you involved in? Whether it's like high round, speed run, viewer, content creator.
At the moment, I'm just, a high rounder or a speed runner, I guess. I'm not really into the content creator side at the moment, but I do plan on possibly going into that side eventually.
Okay.
Mm.
Like what kind of stuff do you have in mind for content creation?
Just like, yeah, just like sharing strategies and sort of tips and tricks videos, maybe. Who knows? Don't know yet, but yeah, I definitely plan on.
That kind of stuff is definitely good for growing the competitive
Yeah,
community. It's like a
I
really
feel like
easy.
there's not enough of that in the community. There's not enough of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of the same shit within the zombies community when it comes to content creation. Even like the stuff that I put out on
Yeah.
Obey Undead, it's like I'm proud of the stuff I put out, but none of it's like incredibly unique or anything. And like it has an opportunity to like funnel casuals into the competitive community because that's one of my goals. But like having those tips and tricks videos, setup guides, strategies, all that stuff, that's not just something that's small. That's something that could take somebody that knows nothing about a map into like starting to understand it fully and completely changing their like perspective on
Yeah.
how to play zombies. So, what records do you hold at this moment in time?
I hold the round 70 and 100 speed 115, and also the high round, which is 241.
Damn, only five? Nothing else? You gonna go for? Are you planning
No,
on playing any other maps competitively?
I do plan on playing some other
Ooh.
maps. Yeah.
Which ones?
Mm. Either Verrucht and the race, maybe.
Ooh,
Okay.
Verrucht. I'm
Yeah.
waiting for somebody to beat that record, man. I'm waiting
Yeah,
for it. I've been watching Nestor so much.
Verrucht is
I'm like,
pretty open, so I
yeah.
figured I'd give that a go.
Yeah,
Mm.
Verruct would be cool because like I rarely see anybody play Verruct, so it'd be
To
nice to
set
get a.
up on that map, like the camping, like just trying to get to like the high round strat is just it's so fucked, man. It's yeah.
Have you
Like
or how have you played out any high round games on Verruct yet?
no, I haven't. I've played to like the camping. I think my highest is like 30 something because it's the camping is the hardest part.
It's hard on BO3 too. It's very like that. I know for a fact the 100 SR on BO3 is that classic's 100 SR is very hard to beat because he camped. Because BO3 is different from BO1. Because on BO3 you can do like a mixture of like camping and then trapping. So Sniper Cats was able to like do that hybrid strat until like 70 something, which is like insane. Because he's only using the Mark II basically. And yeah, like that was crazy. I know that's like one of the like best SRs on BO3 for sure. That's a very that map across all three games is like probably the most similar map from
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like all those strats are very similar with that trap and everything.
Yeah, I don't think I could ever play BO3 Verruct. I could play BO1 Verruct for sure, but I don't know. I've watched some BO3 Verruct gameplay and it just looks so freaking scuffed and I feel like the
Oh, that
BO3
map.
zombies are fat and it's hard to juke them and all that stuff and you have to
Their
fit all these
movement
tight
is
things.
pretty.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
that map across the boards on BO3 is hard. Like even on Megas. If you watch my 100 SR on Megas, like that shit is still not easy. Like I don't care what anyone says. Like go try that and go try that and say it's like I downed and I had to trap like the last zombies on a Megas game. Like it was really bad. Like that shit that map was really hard. And I'm pretty sure Buzzardly had like 40 downs in his 255 on Megas. Yeah. He was using self-medication. That's why I think self-medication should be banned. That's another topic though. Yeah, like 40 downs.
I thought that was banned.
No. I want to ban it for COD records. I'm pretty sure
Oh.
we are gonna ban it too. But yeah, ZWR doesn't have it banned. It's basically infinite lives. My
Huh.
opinion.
Okay. Jermaine, you ever gonna play BO3?
Hell no.
I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna stick to BO1 for now.
That is fair. As much as I like BO3, a lot of the strats are very similar and repetitive, just like AAT based. And
Yep.
like, I'm not saying they're easy by any means,
Oh
but
yeah.
like, I don't know. They're kind
Oh,
of brain dead. A lot of the strats are kind of brain dead, even though they might not
oh
be
yeah.
easy.
I agree with you, bro. Dude, they're so brain dead.
Yeah. All right. So I think that'll wrap up the brief interview. Dog, you want to go into the 5 world record topic?
Yeah, so if you haven't heard, JermaineCubes got recently beat the 5 world record. He got 241, which is a really good game. I mean, missed like 2 instas to 200, something like that. Or no, wait, you missed no instas to 200. Something like
It
that,
was
right?
two. It was
It
two.
was two? Okay. Yeah, he missed 2 instas to 200. He beat UMESCO's 237, which is controversial in its own sense, but yeah, I mean, what what is it? How does it feel to finally be the 5 world record holder? Because I feel like you've been, like we said before, you're grinding it for like a year now. It must be awesome. I feel like.
Yeah, I think it still hasn't like fully hit me yet. Like that I've actually got the record. Like because I've been grinding it for so long, and like now that it's like done, it's sort of still hasn't fully hit me. But like yeah, I'm super happy, man. Like
Yeah,
you know, super happy.
that's
Like
awesome.
it's just all that hard work is just paid off and it's done.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that feeling. I mean, putting like that's so much. It's so much like hard work and
It was a lot.
all that grinding for and actually finally be able to pay off. What you had? How many viewers did you have? You must have had like I don't remember. It was like
I
two.
think
You
I
have
averaged,
more.
yeah, I think I averaged like 200 views on the stream that I reset.
I was
Damn.
in the BC. It was pretty hype.
Yeah.
It
Oh yeah, I
went
was
pretty heavy.
watching that. That was crazy. And Pico was doing some like motivational
Yeah.
speeches and shit. And he was
Oh, Pika
going
he was insane.
he was going
Yeah.
balls deep, dude. Like yeah, the motherfucker was just here like and then just went into his motivational speech. It was crazy.
He could.
So
He was scaring Chad away. I.
so within that game, I kind of want to analyze it a little bit. What
Yeah.
went well and what went wrong?
Not really much went wrong in my opinion. Like obviously I took some early downs, like but they were like they were fine. They're like it's just you learn from it. Make
Hmm.
sure you don't do that mistake further on into the game. But yeah, I got pretty lucky with Doc. Got quite a lot of 4 rounders, which made the game really fast. And obviously I missed 2 to 200, which gave me probably the fastest 200 time ever on that map. I don't think anyone else will get a faster time unless they miss none to 200, which is probably the most rarest thing ever.
Hmm.
Um, Considering it's like instances every 2 rounds, up until that point. But yeah, I think probably the thing where I went wrong is obviously taking the early downs, which meant I couldn't play 3.0 much. Like I had to stop it at like 200 because it's too risky at that point.
Hmm.
Like I struggled in the 190s. I was running low on ammo after each round, but so I think that's the only thing that went wrong was just taking those early downs.
Yeah, I honestly, like I have faith in you and everything. I know you're great at the game, but after I saw you had those early downs, I was like, shit. There's no way he's gonna play to reset and play fast without downing one more time. And then I check
Yeah.
back on Twitch every single day, alive, 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 fast, and then I fucking see 241, dude. I was shocked, and that's
Yeah. I was even surprised I managed to pull it out.
yeah. How many hours did you play without being able to down anymore?
I think I took my last down at like 27 hours into the game, so I played like what's that, like 43 hours, no QR.
Holy shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah, but isn't 5 different than every other map though? Because you play like 6 strats in like one game, right? Like 2.0 and
Yeah,
3.0.
you can play a safer strat. Like I knew after I took my last down, like just don't be afraid to shoot the bow,
Mm,
because like that's what I learned from. on my last down, I just didn't shoot the bow early enough. Like I knew I was gonna have to, but I just didn't shoot it early enough, and you know,
Yeah.
and I just learned like, all right, if you get into a situation, just shoot the bow, you know, just so
Yeah.
you don't take it down.
Uh,
Sure.
do you
Mm.
think, let's say hypothetically you wanted to run it back and go for the world record again, if you didn't down so early and were able to play 3.0 longer, um, would it be possible to beat that 241 without getting that ridiculous RNG that you got last time?
You'd have to not get completely fucked with instas, like missed
Mm,
instas. Um, but yeah, I would say with an average sort of RNG, you could potentially, yeah, possible. Especially if I play no mule, because if I had a little bit longer reset, I would have been able to make it to 242.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hmm.
So,
So it's definitely possible, yeah.
do you think you're gonna play it again at some point? Uh, if somebody doesn't beat it, like if it stays the world record, are you gonna play it again?
Um, Definitely, I think so. I'll give it probably like another year.
Uh-huh.
If no one else has beaten it, I might replay for it,
Okay.
push it
Okay.
even further.
I'm
Hmm.
excited to see that. Who knows? Maybe there'll be some like little optimizations that people find between now and
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, maybe. Mm.
You always see that on BO1. Like with create, like you think there's really nothing else to be found. But I was talking to Zama the other day, and he was telling me like the box cycle on Ascension, like apparently, like when Ferric got his 240, nobody knew about a box cycle, and just knowing a box cycle and being able to like be at that box location
Yeah, when it
like before it even
spawns.
lands, yeah, like that will save you so much time in itself in
Mhm.
trading. Like there's just in every map there's it just seems like when there's nothing else to be found, something else gets found out and just becomes another time saver. That's just crazy to me out. It's like it makes no sense.
It's been like 11 or 12 years since that game came out, and people have been playing it every day since then, and yeah, they're still finding stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I don't get it. Makes no sense.
So, what would you say caused you to be able to get a 241 compared to like one of the older world record games like the 237 by Umesco or the 229 by Yezi? What did you do differently?
Um, I didn't necessarily run any different strategies. I just obviously played the strategies better
Mm-hmm.
and played the faster strategies longer, like further into the game, which saves you a good chunk of time. But yeah, that's pretty much the only difference really.
Yeah,
Really just play the faster strategies, the more risky strategies for longer.
it's crazy to me that like a few years ago the world record was 221 by TTS, and
Yeah.
it's jumped 20 rounds in a few years. Like I don't think we've seen that kind of progression between a lot of the other BO1 maps. Like that's a pretty insane
I
increase.
think I think because there's not a lot of people that want to play five, like, because it's a hard map, like obviously you got maps like Kino, which is like easy,
Hmm.
you know, and that was pushed a long time ago. But yeah, that's probably why.
All right. Dog, anything else you want to ask about the world record before we move on?
Uh, yeah, I was gonna talk about like I'm confused about how like 3.0 and like 4.0 and 5.0 works. Because like I know there's a reason they're called that, but I never really knew why. Like I don't know if it's just because the versions of like the strat, like the 3.0 or something. But like I don't know. I just what's the difference from like 3.0 and 5.0 or like
It's
2.
it's it kind of is like the version of the strategy, but like it refers to how much hordes you kill in per trap. So, but
Oh,
we call 3.0 3.0 because you kill three hordes with the speed collar trap. Um,
okay.
and you kill like 2.5 with the QR, which is the MPL the other trap.
Oh. So
And
5.5 you kill 5.5 hordes.
yeah, see when they say 5.0, you're still killing three hordes with the trap, but you're
Hmm.
just killing it faster. So you're
Yeah.
killing them faster. That's why it's 5.0.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 2.0 would be or 1.0 would be the slow. Is there even a 1.0?
No, I think 2.0 is the
No.
slowest.
Okay, I was gonna
2.0
say
is
2.0 is
2.0
the
is the
slowest.
slowest. Yeah.
And
Okay.
2.5 is a very common strat that's like not slow, but it's also not very
2.5 is good strat. Good strat.
yeah.
So you played 5.0 up until you took your second to last down, right?
I didn't actually play 5.0 in that game.
Oh, so what
I
did
just
you
played
play?
3.0.
Oh, 3.0. Okay, and then
It's
after,
a lot more consistent than 5.0. 5.0 is
yeah.
like it's risky and it's not worth the because like
Hmm.
you might get one round that's like fast and the other round's gonna be slow.
Hmm.
It's too inconsistent.
Okay, and
What
then after,
causes that to be like what causes that discrepancy between speeds?
Spawn RNG and just like you have to use a lot more bow ammo because you're constantly shooting. Like it's a bit more of a riskier strat than 3.0 is.
Okay, okay. And dog, you're saying something?
yeah. So from your after your second down, you switched from 3.0 to 2.5.
No.
Or
I played 3.0 up until 200.
okay,
198 was the last round that I played 3.0 because 199 insta obviously.
yeah, yeah.
And then after that I just played 2.5 for the rest of the game.
Okay. So yeah, because I knew you switched it. I know like that's
Yeah,
like a big thing on 5 because it's
yeah.
very similar to BO3 Shang. Because BO3 Shang, JWL changed his strat like 4 times. He went from like 13 SPH to like 14 SPH to like 14.5, and then went from like 15.5 to reset. So that it reminded me a lot of that, and I don't know. I haven't really seen that a lot in maps. I've only seen it in 5 and BO3 Shang. So yeah, I found that really interesting.
Yeah, 5 is a very five head map. Like it's not just you do this in the early rounds, you do this for the rest of the game and you have an insta strat. Nah, it's like
Mhm.
definitely seems like it has a lot of thinking involved, and I feel like it's kind of similar to Derice in the way that like Derice you have your base strat, but you can do little things, little strategy changes like the BBC or BCC, whatever it's whatever it's called. Definitely not BBC, never mind, but BCC, beta cuck chokehold or whatever, and that's like a little variation in the strat that it's a little bit slower than camping and spamming, but it's gonna help you conserve ammo and like use your
Yeah.
wafts longer. So you
Yeah,
gotta,
it's stretching that box hits out.
mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. So I like those kind of maps. I like thinking about what to do and coming to those decisions. And I feel like I could do that mental aspect, but like the physical ability is not there for me right now. Like I'm just gonna go fuck myself, regardless of what's going on. It could be the easiest strat in the world. I'm still gonna mess up and die, and that's just the vibe around here.
Nah, bro. I think you can beat Syndicate's 115. I think you can easily.
One
I
day.
mean, I'm 16 instas. Oh, you can easily do that.
One day, dog. Okay, I haven't played like zombies pretty much at all since November. So I
Mm.
that break can definitely be beneficial because like I had some time off, and usually when you come back, you do better. But also, I'm probably gonna be pretty rusty when I come back.
Nah, bro. You bag at 255 on Moon. That's what
Yeah,
I'd say. Come
yeah.
on, come on, Moon.
Ah, I think that's going to bring us into our next topic, which is evolution of skill. We were talking about this a little bit in the brief interview at the start, but basically, Jermaine started playing competitive zombies 1 year ago. And this is ridiculous because most people that are holding BO1 world records have been playing for a super large amount of time competitively, not just playing normally, competitively. Like we have Slayer and Furret, and I've seen games that I still couldn't even get close to beating from Slayer from years and years ago. And so he was playing competitive zombies back then, and he's out here getting world records now. Same thing with Furret. And then Jermaine just hops in here a year ago and takes a year and beats 5 world record, which is probably one of the harder ones in the game, I would say. I mean, 5 is one of the harder maps in the game, I would say. So
Mm.
how the hell did you do that, Jermaine?
Um, I don't know. I guess like just being a sort of competitive gamer
Yeah.
over the years, I sort of just have that competitive mindset of, like if I just keep grinding, I'll get better and I'll keep improving and just, reach my goal eventually. I guess that's just what I just had that mindset.
So when you decided I want to get the 5 world record, you're like, I'm gonna start grinding for this. Was your first action? Like, were you just like, I'm gonna play 5, or were you like, I'm gonna go watch you guys' gameplay or something? Like, what did you
Um,
do first?
Obviously I learnt all the strategies and like, how they
Yeah,
ran, and I just kept practicing, just getting into games, just
yeah.
kept practicing. Like, I died a lot at the start when I first started. But
Hmm.
yeah, you learn from your mistakes. You just keep going.
Mm.
Do you think it
Okay.
was more of linear growth throughout the year, like you were just slowly getting better and better, or was there something or some turning point at that point or at during that year where you went from like just going normal to all of a sudden like getting significantly better and seeing a lot of improvement in your games?
Um, it was a bit of a weird. Like, I went because my PB like early last year was like 105,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I got to 167 from 105, which is a pretty insane PB improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then it wasn't for a while, like not until like a few months ago is when I got to 187, and then yeah, so like I would say my like evolution of skill throughout the year was like just sort of random. Like, I would get like these good games every now and then like yeah, because yeah, I don't really
Mm.
know.
Did you notice anything when you were getting these PB games? Like, was it just, I mean, because was it just random that you got these games going, like the 167 and the 187 or whatever that was? Or like,
Yeah.
was there something that you did differently? Were you playing more? Were you being more focused? Or like, what was going on?
Yeah. I want to say I was just like just feeling good about the game and just focused a bit more, I guess. Um, you know, just feeling good about yeah how it was going and stuff and like yeah.
So within zombies, how important do you think mindset is within like improving and like playing well?
It's very important in my opinion. Like if you don't have a good mindset of like, oh, I'm gonna get this done, you won't get it done. If you like, I've literally told myself throughout the year, like I will get the record by the end of the year, and I actually got it.
Yeah,
Like you just got to keep telling yourself, like,
that's awesome.
just
That's
just yeah.
awesome.
Were you
Yeah,
like I know a lot of BO1 players just quit out of way too many games. So that's one thing I'm curious with because 1 year is such a short period of time. Were you playing out more games than your average competitive BO1 player, or were you still like quitting out of a lot of stuff?
Yeah, so 5 is a bit of a different map. Like most people don't tend to quit out of that game, like games of 5, unless like you take it early as stupid down or something like that. Um, but yeah, like um, sorry, I lost my train of thought.
very good.
Um, yeah, no, like I never like I just if I knew I could PB that game, I would just play it out. Um, but yeah, I never really quit it out of any games really 100 plus unless it was like I used up all my downs or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things with improving in zombies. And I've definitely noticed within my skill
Yeah.
evolution, although it's not been like anything substantial, it's been very slow increase in skill and not much improvement over time. Um, but I've always had the mindset where I want to play out every single game that I can because I feel like every game is unique and you're going to run into so many different scenarios. And even if you don't have a chance to get world record, which I'm not going for, but
Yeah.
even if the game feels like it's going to shit, you get bad RNG, you're going to run into so many little things that you can learn and add to your little repertoire of skills. And I think over time, doing that more and more is going to help rather than, oh, I just got another 100 hit trade, I'm going to quit out and start again, because chances are it's going to take you a day or two to get back into another game, and chances are you're going to get fucked again at some point. So I mean, me playing out so many games, so many shit games, has allowed me to get better, because I mean, some of my best games have had the worst RNG I've ever seen in my entire life. Like
Mm.
like some RNG that I thought wasn't even possible to happen. Like I got that. And those were some of my best games. Like I think it was 184 on Ascension. I'm pretty sure the first like 130, 140 rounds of that game had like around a 30 to a 33 average. So like I had hundreds and hundreds of more box hits than I should have had at that point. So I was wasting hours. But within that game, I PB'd by over 40 rounds. I think my previous PB was like 140, and I ended up with a 184. So I jumped like 44 rounds. And in those 44 rounds, I saw a lot of different things. Um, I had one of my worst downs of all time where I forgot that insta kills didn't work. So I picked up a death machine and an insta kill on that round that they didn't work, and I died. So, that was a huge lesson. I'm never ever going to do that again. I'm going to be very paranoid about what rounds insta kills work. So that was a huge thing. And then I just became super, super consistent with my trades. And I really wasn't in a lot of situations where I was like, I might die here, because I was so consistent and I had so many scenarios going on in my head. I think Fleur calls them flow charts, but like if this happens, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And if this happens, I'm going to do this. So like as I kept playing, my flow charts were getting better and better, and I just felt really comfortable on the map. So I think that's a super important thing.
Yeah.
Dog, how long have you been playing
So
competitively?
I mean, yeah, competitively. I mean, I've been playing since April 2020, and that even then, that was just me getting free records on ZWR. Really, like that's when I was like kind of actually like going for just records with my friends and actually trying to get first place instead of just like random 10th place boards.
Mm-hmm.
But as I started playing more and more, I met a lot of people, and I think that was like the big thing that actually started like helping me learn a lot of stuff. Because then as I went into that September, October area, I met a lot of Easter egg speedrunners, and just talking to them and like playing with them, doing round speedruns with them, that taught me a lot too. Because that's when I started talking to like Kooky and like Freckleston, all those guys a lot. And then as I've been playing more and more, I actually like I met Tacos, and as I've said a lot before, like he was the guy that got me really good at zombies. I started learning a lot from him, and he taught me a bunch of different stuff on every map and how to be fast on BO3. And once I like started playing with him a lot, I was getting a lot of records after that. So I mean, from what I've noticed, like for me at least, like the reason I was growing so much as like skill wise was from the people I met, not even just from like watching gameplay or like being super motivated. It's just from meeting a bunch of people and becoming really good and learning from them and them teaching me. Because from learning with like when I got the SOE 30 for ZWC, I didn't come up with that strat on my own. I remember being in a call with Tacos and Mauer, and Tacos was showing me a bunch of stuff. He was like, you can do that because Taco said I'm not going to go for it, but you can go for it. So he was showing me a lot of all these like tips and tricks for SOE stuff that I could have done to like get this 30 and like maybe make it to ZWC. And he was like, yeah, you can do this 2 window and this is how you play this part fast. And he was helping me a lot. So I ended up like grinding that record out for a month and I actually won. So I mean, yeah, I mean my biggest like the reason I saw that skill increase and how big it was because of the people I met, especially because and nowadays like I'm talking to KXG a lot and MC and like No Tex, all of them are helping me so much because right now I've been playing a lot of revs, so it's just yeah, I mean I'm learning a lot from other people, I'd say.
Have you noticed that your skill increase has like kind of leveled out a little bit? Because I've noticed that like I had a pretty sharp increase in skill, and then there's just like a point where I wasn't increasing very much. Or are you still seeing like a pretty strong increase in your skill?
Yeah, I'd say it leveled out. I mean, the thing with round speedruns is that before they were actually hard. They were really hard because I feel like I wasn't really good at the game and I didn't understand. Now, if I'm gonna be honest, I what I didn't realize in the past was Black Ops 3 round speedruns. When you know how to play the game correctly and know what you're doing, they're pretty easy to beat. So like, if I really wanted to, and I bet a lot of people in this community also, if they wanted to, they can probably get most of these world records. But I mean, when it comes to like high rounds and stuff, I'd say my skill has like leveled out. Because I mean, on Moon at least, I haven't really been able to like actually attempt a full out game because of freezing. But I've
Mm-hmm.
noticed my skill grow on there, like from training wise. I've noticed I train pretty like fast compared to a lot of other people on that map, which I guess is good because that map isn't the easiest. But I mean, other than that, I mean, yeah, I've noticed I've probably like leveled out. I'd say.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed that like once you get to a certain point with zombies skill, it's just really, really slow increases, and it's hard to make those big jumps. So, Jermaine, do you think since you made such a huge improvement in your skill within this last year, do you think you're gonna be able to keep on improving fast, like with other maps, or do you think that you've gotten to that point where any increases that you're gonna see are gonna be pretty small?
Yeah, I think I've gotten to that point where like my skill is just going to be slowly increasing from now on. Like, I find I'm like that with most games I do, like most games I play or most things I do. Like, I could get really good at it really fast, but like then I just sort of plateau out and like just slowly improve from then on. Um, but yeah.
Yeah.
So once you get to that point where you level out and the increase is slow, do you have any like advice for us? Because I assume you hit that at some point during the year playing five. Like, what did you do to keep yourself motivated and like determined to get that record when the only increases you're seeing are super small and there's just a lot of like fails and deaths and that kind of stuff?
So just don't think about it, I guess. Like, just don't think about that you're like, oh, I'm not improving much. Just focus on trying to get the goal, I guess. Not think about how you're improving. Mm.
Yeah.
What I swear, when I die in these games, like on Ascension, back when I was playing a lot of Ascension, like it not only affected me like in the moment, like I would think about this outside of streaming and outside of playing. Like I would go to bed that night and I would have it like replay in my mind a million times, like what could I have done better and all this stuff. And sometimes it would even affect my mood just knowing that I'm not gonna get a game like that for a really long time. And like it's pretty depressing. It sounds stupid that like a zombies game can make you like kind of upset and affect your mood, but I mean, a lot of times it's really difficult for me to get back into the game after I've had such a good one and it ends and I just know that that's not going to happen for such a long time.
I mean, when we put so many hours into a video game, that's gonna affect us more. If like we care, like I care about, like I'm passionate for this game. Like if I'm gonna put this many hours into a game or even a map, I'm gonna be pretty. My mood would die if I knew I lost a really good game or something. I mean, it might not last forever, of course, but like
Yeah.
when it's that big, like at least now, I mean, if it's that big part of my life. I mean, I know for sure it'd affect me a lot. I mean, yeah, I mean, just dying or like just messing up in any way, or I know that depressed me or something for
How
sure.
how do you keep playing BO3 when you know you have a huge chance of like crashing or freezing? Like I can't imagine how that feels. Like just not knowing when you're
Well,
gonna end your game.
okay. Well, I'll say this. I mean, we fixed well, when every time I was freezing,
Mm-hmm.
I would go into hold up, I can actually pull it up right now. I just want to make sure I know what it's called. Uh, it's like device errors. You can like go into it. Everybody has an application on the computer. It's something with errors,
Mm-hmm.
and it tells you every time you error or something closes unexpectedly. It'll tell you on your PC what it's called. Becca sent it to me, and so every time I'd freeze, I'd go onto this application, and it would tell me exactly what froze and what happened to my PC and like what my PC did when it froze. So every time it froze, it would say uh, Black Ops 3.exe, then display, which means graphics card. Display means something happened with your graphics card or your monitor, but it's not my monitor, I know for sure. So we knew it was a graphics card issue. So then I started going around the community, and I noticed Nick Zombies and Styles and MC were having a lot of problems on BO3 when it came to freezing. And then even Riot, before his Kino 255, he had a lot of freezing issues too. And I was like, what the hell is happening, right? I thought like BO3 was doomed. Uh, Turns out the 30 series cards are very scuffed for Black Ops 3. So a driver update rolled out around July or August, something around that time. I don't remember exactly. But that's when I started freezing. At a 226 game, and I froze on Moon.
Oof.
And basically after that, I tried everything to try and get a game. I tried Fit Girl, I tried hibernating, I tried hybrid sleep, playing 60 FPS, not spamming on Alchems, literally everything, and every single game has ended in a freeze. And I talked to Riot and I talked to Becca. They told me what you need to do is uninstall all your drivers and reinstall old drivers before that July era. So right now it's January, but I have April of 2021 drivers. So then after I downloaded those drivers, I hopped into another game and played it out. And then I got an application error. So I ended up crashing. I didn't freeze. My game froze and then it crashed, which never happens. So I went back on the thing. It said application error this time, which means it's nothing with my PC. It means it's something with the actual application itself. So what I think it is maybe is from because the Fit Girl I have is I don't know, like it's a faster installation because the normal installation of Fit Girl is like 300 gigabytes.
Mm-hmm.
So Jumpy helped me out, and he sent me like a way faster way. Like all you have to do is copy your Steam files of Black Ops 3, and then add like a gigabyte worth of files into that copied folder, and basically a third of the size of a regular Fit Girl installation, and it's supposedly the same thing. I've never used it before in any of my games, and the first time I used it and actually played out a game, I ended up erroring, which I've never had in a Black Ops 3 round. So now I'm trying a rev game on Steam, as I'm in it right now. I'm on 100, so hopefully that goes well. But supposedly the crashing fix or the freezing has been fixed, because according to Riot, after he put his drivers back, he got Kino 255. And same thing with Becca, but she didn't get a Kino 255. She stopped freezing though in general. So hopefully this driver is the driver fix, and rolling it back to a earlier date is what's gonna fix everyone's freezing issue. But yeah, I mean, if you have a 30 series and you plan on playing Black Ops 3 Zombies, don't. I'll make a video on how to fix it. I am planning on doing that soon. But yeah, please don't waste any time. Like I was going into Joe Met's chat. I don't know if you guys know who Joe Met is.
Uh-huh.
I went into his chat. He was like, "Revelations 255 attempt. Let's go." He was getting his chat all hyped up, and I went in. I was like, "What graphics card do you have?" He said, "I got a 3090." I'm like, like, how do we tell him?
Oh, that sucks.
I told him,
Dude.
I'm like, "Yeah, you can't play it, man. You're crashing." And then he was even telling me, he was like, "I've noticed I crashed a lot actually." I'm like, "Yeah." That's what the freezing is. So
Do you
and hopefully,
think you'll keep playing? Like, let's say you keep on crashing or freezing or whatever. Do you think you're gonna be able to keep on playing BO3, or you're gonna move on to another
no.
game?
And this is my last. So like that was what I was gonna do before the freezing was underclock my GPU, and then Becca told me about the driver thing, so then I did that, and then I froze and I was like, okay, it's like now what do I do? Like there's nothing else. I've tried literally everything. There's nothing else. But then I looked at the thing and I said it was an application error. I'm like, Well, I could play Steam, so now that's what I'm doing. I'm trying out, seeing if Steam works. Like, I'm giving, like, if there's a small chance that something works, I'm gonna try it. But if this doesn't work, I'm probably gonna go to BO2. If I want to do a high round, it'd be on BO2. If I want a round speed run, it'd be on BO3. But yeah, most likely I'll do speed runs on BO3, and then if I actually really wanted to play out a high round game, I can't on BO3. That's if I air this game. I can't on BO3, obviously, so I'd probably do on BO2. I've been really interested in Bus Depot and Mob. Those are the two maps I was really looking at. And Barry
Interesting.
too. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be totally against learning one of those maps.
I want to see
And
some Bus Depot, dude. That'd be sick.
Jermaine has inspired me. I'm not gonna lie.
To play 5 or
No, not for 5. Fuck that. No, I was like buried or something. I don't know. January 9th of 2023. 234. I'm buried.
cap, cap, cap,
Nah,
cap.
bro.
You're a
Nah, dude.
filthy Megas player. You're not getting any BO2 world
Oh,
records.
oh, you wait and see, Michael. You wait, bro.
So Jermaine, along the same lines, like with like staying motivated and determined when shit's not going your way, did you ever like consider quitting zombies in general or giving up on the 5 world record within the last year?
I think I did like early, like halfway through last year. I think it was like around like August or something like that. Like I just kept dying, getting setups and just dying. Like I was just like getting pissed off, and I literally like tweeted out like I was like
Yeah,
quitting. I'm GG's
Oh, I
everyone.
remember that.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I think I was just like really pissed off at the time. It was like a rage tweet, and then like I just slept and then I woke up. I was like, no, I can't quit. I was like,
The next day you decided that you were
yeah.
coming back.
Yeah, nah, because like I was just angry because I think I was like restarting for like 6 hours that day, and like I finally got a setup and I just like died on like 40 or something like that, and I was like, and then I just slept on it, and then woke up the next day and just got back into it.
What's more addictive, zombies or heroin?
Mm.
Both.
Dog, have you done heroin?
Hey,
Do you have experience with
I
that?
can't tell you that. I can't tell you that.
16-year-old motherfucker can't even go to TwitchCon without somebody chaperoning him, but he's out here injecting heroin into his veins. Like, Jesus.
Well, how do you think I play Megas? I don't. It's not heroin, okay? It's power vacuum, but okay.
Same shit, dude. OP.
Yeah.
OP.
I get it from Henry Hoover. I get my power vacuums from Henry Hoover.
I do not get that reference at all.
Oh my god, it's a vacuum. It's an MC reference too, but gosh, ask MC about it, he'll laugh.
Okay. Okay. I think that'll bring us into another topic. This one's a little bit interesting because I think we all have a little bit of experience with it, but it's a Twitch versus YouTube thing. So I stream on Twitch, and on YouTube I upload podcasts, vlogs, some other random zombie shit. Jermaine is like solely zombies on Twitch, but on YouTube, um, he does vlogs with his jet ski. And I think you have a Rubik's Cube account as well, right? Or have you
Yeah,
post?
but I don't really post much cubing related content on that anymore.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, what do you enjoy about making content on YouTube, like compared to Twitch? Like, what's different about it, or is it similar?
I guess it's like just YouTube's like I feel like a lot more people use YouTube, like to watch videos and stuff. So yeah, it's just nice to have like a sort of collection like on your channel so you can just like showcase whatever you want or content you want and stuff.
Yeah, I feel that because like I was looking back at my channel the other day and I was scrolling through a lot of my old vlogs, and it's basically like the last 2 or 3 years of my life kind of documented, like a lot of important things through that period just documented. And at any point in time I can go there and look at it, and anybody on the internet can go like basically
Yeah.
learn a lot of shit about my life whenever they want. I think that's super cool, and it's like much different than Twitch, which is more of like a instantaneous community kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Dog, what are your thoughts on YouTube compared to Twitch?
I think Twitch is, in my opinion, I don't know a lot about YouTube with growing. I think Twitch is way easier to grow. I mean, maybe it's
Oh,
because I
definitely.
got lucky, but like I thought I grew like it's probably because of the people I met also, but I mean, I thought I grew way faster on Twitch, and I think YouTube is more of like a grind. Like you gotta put so much time into these videos that might not
Yeah.
even get like 60 views. But Twitch is like I feel like it's so easy. You just press the start streaming button and play a game, and then people just watch you. So I mean, I think I mean, I enjoy doing Twitch a lot too, but I do also enjoy making YouTube videos. I mean, most of my YouTube videos are just records I've had, but
Mm.
also making tutorials and helping people out. I love doing that. I mean, it's easy views too because people are brain dead, but I think I enjoy doing YouTube and Twitch, but I'd say Twitch is way more easier to do content, and it's way more like it's way more rewarding. I feel like with money because YouTube takes like a year for monetize. I don't know, it's something like that to get
Yeah,
It's
monetized on
a
YouTube.
it's hard to
thousand
get monetized.
subs
Yeah.
and like 3,000 watch hours in the last year, which is a lot. Like I've been on YouTube for a long time. I still don't have that. I don't even have 500 subscribers, and I don't think my watch time is super close. But
And what's and
I
what's Twitch? 50
Twitch,
followers
yeah,
and like
50 followers, average of 3 viewers, and like you have to
yeah,
stream on like 5 or 8 different days in 1 month or something like that.
it's
It's
Yeah.
so
super
It's
easy.
easy.
so easy.
Yeah.
But Twitch is like, so I have a couple things to say. Like I think for small creators, Twitch is better, but YouTube definitely has a higher ceiling for viewers,
Yeah.
subscribers, all that kind of stuff. Um, and then another thing with Twitch is it's not guaranteed income when you're our size, or unless you have hundreds of viewers, it's not guaranteed income. For us, it's just if somebody is feeling generous and wants to help us out, they'll help us out. But we could stream hours and hours and hours and get nothing, or we could stream 10 minutes and make hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
We're not at the point where we can make consistent money from advertisements. So we're literally just relying on the generosity of other people. But on YouTube, even though like it takes a long time to actually get to the point where you can make money, you're
Yeah.
probably going to be making like you know how much you're going to make because you roughly know how many views you're going to get and how much ad revenue you're going to get. So that's definitely a more reliable and consistent source of income compared to streaming on Twitch with like 30 to 50 viewers, which can either be great or it can be god awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at my analytics right now. In the last month, I made $9 from ads, and from subs, I made like I'm trying to do math. I made like $53. So like if you take away the subs, like that's $9 in 76 hours of streaming. That's like nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't run ads. I know a lot
Not
of people
enough.
like
Yeah.
I know MC and like all of them. They might run ads and stuff. I personally don't run ads. Like I don't run ads like every 30 minutes or something. So I mean, $9 in 76 hours. That's definitely not consistent at all. I mean, if I go from the pat before that, it's probably even less too. So
Yeah, in 2021, I streamed 576 hours
you did
and
by a year.
yeah, I was just looking by year because I'm curious, and I made $51 from ads. In 576 hours, I made
What? How did you?
$51 from ads.
What the hell? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's $56 salary.
I mean,
That's
like I made like 1,300 bucks total, but
yeah.
which is nothing because there were just huge periods of time. Like I'm looking at my analytics right now, like on times that I streamed, there was a huge gap within like April, May where I didn't stream. I think July, like late June and July, I didn't stream. Same thing
Yeah.
with August, and then there's a big gap in November and a big gap in December. So I was super inconsistent. So I really wasn't expecting any like massive revenue from Twitch this year. It was
Mhm.
just people being nice because I wouldn't expect anybody to want to sub to me or give me money when I'm gonna be live like maybe once a week or once every few weeks. Like it makes no sense. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Uh,
definitely not been a good source of income for me. So you got to be super consistent with Twitch because like once you start like going away with the consistency, like people start leaving and you start getting fucked revenue
Mm.
wise.
yeah. I mean, a big thing I was told when I was first getting into it, like last year, was people always tell me like, "You're so young." Like when I first got affiliate, I was 15. Wait, yeah, I literally just turned 15. So people are always like, "You're so young." Like you're like you're a freshman in high school at the time. Yeah, I was a freshman in high school. Like keep going. Like do it. Like you don't have a lot like to worry about. Like the only thing that's against you is really time. Keep grinding it out and see where it goes. Because these are the years that you don't really have to worry about anything. Let's see where this Twitch thing goes, and maybe in 4 years, you can be partnered or like you can be like something big. Like that's why you're seeing a lot of these big guys are super young. I feel like because like they got all this time on their hands, they're able to stream compared to somebody that might be older who doesn't really have all that time to do stuff. So I mean, that's what I've been thinking about a lot. Like, let me use a lot of the time I have now and next year while I'm in high school, before college, and see where it goes. And maybe something might happen. I might get bigger. So
Dude,
that's
take
what I've been thinking
advantage of
about.
that shit. Yeah, like while you have the time, enjoy it.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
because like even when I was in high school, I barely had any time to stream, and the only point where I really had time to stream was once COVID started. So that's when I went from like 1,000 followers to like 3 or 4,000 after
Yeah.
taking 2 years to get to 1,000. It took me a few months to get to from 1,000 to 3,000. So it was crazy. And it's crazy what like actual dedication and consistency can do for your channel. But right now, man, I just don't think I have the time or the energy to stream consistently. So I'm not expecting any strong growth or any big revenue or anything like that.
Yeah, for sure. These are the times to grind.
Yes.
Ooh.
So what do we want to get into next, dog?
Uh, yeah. I mean, we can talk about the vlogs and the jet skis. I mean, you know, JermaineCubes is a pretty big jet ski guy. I don't know anything about that shit. Like, I don't know what you do, but like, I went jet skiing once and it went horrible. We fell off.
Oh,
I wasn't driving because I didn't have my license, but like my sister was driving and the guy was telling her, "Go, you have to go faster and faster." She like to slow down and tried turning, and we just fell off.
oh no. Bruh, Jermaine fucking drifts on the jet ski. It's ridiculous. Doing like some donut like things on it. Like riding fast as hell like in between things and I don't know what's the fastest you've gone on a jet ski. I swear I've seen you zooming out there.
Thing like 128 k's, which is
What?
like 80 miles an hour.
What the hell? Jet skis can go that fast?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Man,
128 kilometers per hour. Yeah, that's 79.5 miles per hour. That's
yeah, it's pretty much
ridiculous.
80 miles. Yeah.
What have
it's
you
like
ever fallen off at like high speeds?
Nah, nothing more than like 20 miles per hour.
you guys never went down
Yeah.
IRL. Damn.
What would happen if you were going 80 miles per hour and you like fell off the jet ski? You think it would be bad?
Most likely will die.
Really?
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it depends where. Like, if the water's shallow, then yeah,
No,
probably.
like, because if you're hitting the water at that speed, it's like hitting concrete,
Hmm.
pretty much. Like falling off a
Mm,
tall ass building and hitting
yeah.
concrete. Like, it's because it's just
Yeah, no, you're
yeah.
right. Mm.
So like,
Or
you won't definitely die, but you're most like you have a high chance of if you like snap your neck and then drown or something like that.
when you're
Yeah.
going that fast, like is it risky? Is it easy to fall off and
Uh,
hurt yourself or?
it's just it's depending on the conditions. If you feel confident in riding the jet ski, like you shouldn't have an issue. But like
Hmm.
that's why a lot of the jet skis come with. I don't know. I think it's just the brand
Oh,
Sea-Doo. They come with like a learner key, which like limits the ski to a certain speed. So like if someone who's new to riding jet skis, you can just pop that in, and it just makes it go slow. so they can just learn.
Mhm.
Okay.
Does it
Okay.
come with like a band? I feel like something you can put around
Like
your
kill
wrist.
switch or
No,
Yeah,
no. I thought
it
I put
comes.
something to like keep you connected almost to the jet ski, like a little like band that's like connected to the jet ski. That you put, I don't know. You
That
know what
wouldn't
I'm talking
really
about?
help.
Like
Yeah, that it wouldn't
it's
really
gonna be a.
help though.
I
Mm.
mean, yeah, I
let's
guess.
say
You
your
know what I'm
jet
talking about?
ski flips and you're connected to it
Well,
and it like
that is why
crushes
it's
you at
different.
80 miles per hour.
I'm saying not like that. I'm saying like if you're gonna fall off, like something that can help you not fall off.
Just hold on.
Well, another barrier could be having something that's connecting you to the actual jet ski itself.
I
I don't
mean,
know. I'm sorry. Fine. Fucking die. I'm.
come on, you gotta be a jet ski enthusiast like
Yeah.
me. I watch all of Jermaine's vlogs. I'm his #1 fan. He's makes
But you
some.
swim. You don't do jet skis.
No, I
you
actually do jet skis, and you guys just don't know. Okay, you just don't
you're the
know.
human motor.
What?
You're like the motor, the human motor.
Yes.
You're the motor in the jet ski.
So, Jermaine, how did you like initially get into jet skis?
Well, my stepdad bought one like a couple of years ago, and I went on it. I was like, oh, I didn't really think they were that fun until I actually went on one, and I was like, oh, this is actually sick. Like
Hmm.
you got all this open space to just ride around in. It's not like a car where you're driving on a road. You've just got the road to drive along, whereas in the water you can just go everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And
Hmm.
what made you wanna like take that from being just a hobby where you jet ski into making content with it?
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to just film all my trips and like get some cool footage with the GoPro or whatever, and just upload it to YouTube, just look back on or whatever, or just share my adventures. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it is really cool seeing like the personal lives of people that we only see on the internet as like one thing. Like plenty of
Mm.
zombie streamers on Twitch that like I feel like I'm pretty close to. Like all I see from them is zombies content and them talking. So
Yeah.
actually seeing them out in the real world doing things that they like is it's a pretty interesting. And it seems like people in the zombies community are actually interested in that as well. Like I post vlogs that are completely irrelevant to what I stream about, but they
Yeah.
generally get like good views, good retention. I get a lot of comments from people who watch my streams, and so I can definitely imagine that it is cool seeing these
Mm.
jet ski vlogs from the perspective of a viewer. But do you ever promote them to your stream or anything like that to the community?
I don't necessarily promote them. Like I have the link to my channel in my bio, but I don't necessarily like
Yeah.
put it in the title or whatever.
Hmm. My question is like, where do you jet ski? Like, do you just go on like some random like lake or something, or do you actually
Um,
go to like a specific area?
well, I actually
That's
live pretty close to like the beach, which is like technically the
oh,
ocean.
okay.
So yeah, there's some over on the Gold Coast here. It's like there's some nice waterways
Yeah.
that go
Okay.
all the way up and stuff.
Is that so? Like, I know, like, because when I went, like, it was the place I went to was like super supervised. Like, there's like people everywhere. But I'm assuming if you're on the beach, there wasn't really anyone like watching to make sure you weren't going too far or some shit.
Yeah, no, like
No, like that. Like you're
there's
on your
there's
own.
barely there's
Yeah.
barely. I mean, some days like on the weekend or something, there'll be a lot of other people out there. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Hmm.
Are there any
No.
laws that you have to follow on the jet ski, like speed limits or distance things?
There's speed limits in like certain zones on the water, like in the canals. Like you can't go too fast through the canals, like the
Yeah.
where the like people's houses are and stuff and like that.
Do
So
you
yeah,
obey the speed limits, Jermaine?
most of the time, most of the time,
Why did you say
most of the time.
No.
that?
Speed limits are just a suggestion, man. You know,
Yeah,
it's just a recommended
it's
speed,
a
you know.
What,
recommended speed,
so
man.
what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen if you break the law? They're gonna pull you over on their jet ski. The
Jet
police.
ski cops, is that a thing?
Um,
It's like Grand Theft
Maybe.
Auto. They
Not
just
where
pull
I
out the
am though.
boats.
No.
Bro, that'd be pretty badass, not gonna lie. Running from the cops on your jet ski.
Bro, I would post that to YouTube. It's so fast.
Dude, you
Oh
gotta
my
do that.
god.
You'll outrun them. I believe in you.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for
79
sure.
miles. Oh my god.
Yeah. All right.
Juking out someone on a jet ski too. Oh my god. You're just going bobbing and weaving, swerving, zigzag. I couldn't imagine that.
That would be the best vlog ever created by far. And I need to see that, Jermaine. So I'll be waiting patiently
Could
for
happen. Could happen.
the next vlog with the clickbait title. I ran from the cops. But it's not
COVID.
clickbait though. It's not clickbait if it's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. All right.
So Rubik's cubes. JermaineCubes, if you didn't know, is pretty insane with the Rubik's cube. Kind of makes no sense to me at least. I don't know. What's your personal best on solving a Rubik's cube?
Um, it is 5.13 seconds.
Like, how's that even possible? I don't get it. I don't even know how to solve one. Like, I don't even. I mean, I can do a side. I remember when I was younger, I was like, I did like each side, and I was like, let's fucking go. But like, I can't imagine solving a cube, let alone solving it in 5 seconds. Like, I don't know. I just find that crazy. Like, how did you get into solving Rubik's cube super fast? Like, when were you like, I'm gonna do this?
Like, I think I like saw a YouTube video like back in like 2013 or something when I was like 12 years old. I just saw like the World Championships or whatever it was, and like I was like, oh, that looks sick, I just, and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to do that. And then obviously at the time I could only do it in like 2 minutes or something like that, which it's kind of
Only
slow,
in 2 minutes. Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, and I just over the years I just kept practicing, getting better and better.
Is it like I just don't understand how it works. Like in 5 seconds, you don't even have time to think. You're just is it just muscle memory or
I
like are
think
you looking at the cube when you're doing it? Like how does it
It
work?
is. It's mostly like there's a thing called look ahead.
Uh-huh.
So like you're doing like what you're doing at the moment. You're not focusing on what you're doing. You're
Uh-huh.
looking ahead to what you're about to do. And like if you have that really down pat, you can solve it in like under 10 seconds really easily. But obviously that takes years to master. Like you know, I think
Yeah.
some people can do it in like about a year. They can get to like 10 seconds. But like yeah, it all
Okay.
depends on how good you are at improving and practicing.
Are we getting a new PB soon? We're gonna beat that. Are we gonna get the sub
Oh.
5? How viable is a sub 5?
What's the Rubik's Cube world record? Hold on. I want to find this out.
Jermaine would know, I think, maybe.
It's 3.47.
Oh my god.
That's ridiculous. Like 1,
I
2,
Yu Shang
3,
Du.
done.
If you told me who Yu Shang Du was, I'd assume he was the Rubik's Cube world record holder. That sounds right.
That's a sick name.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, I've never in my life ever solved a Rubik's Cube. Do you have any like recommendations, Jermaine, on how to learn? Like, should I watch a YouTube video or what should I do?
There's heaps of tutorials on YouTube. Like literally just type in Rubik's Cube tutorial and
Mhm.
like one will pop up. That's how I learned.
Are there like different
And that was back in like
strategies?
2013. I think there's only one sort of beginner strategy that like, is like probably the best for beginners obviously.
2.0.
It's the 2.0 Rubik's Cube.
One of these days, I will update you, Jermaine, when I learn how to solve a Rubik's Cube.
You could definitely do it, Mike. I reckon you could definitely do it.
Yeah, I mean, what did we have? We had a video on Undead. I mean, I was in it.
Oh yeah,
It was,
that was cropped terribly, that one.
oh, we're not talking about that. Well, I mean, it was I did a Varrock 30 speed run, and Dez did 5 Rubik's cubes. He went from 7x7 to 6x6 to 5x5 to 3. No, he went from 8x8. He started at 8x8 and then just went down to 3x3. And his goal was to get all of those Rubik's cubes done before I finished my Rook 30, and it literally went down to the wire. I think he beat me by like 20 seconds. I think he finished a 3x3 in like 40 seconds, which I guess is fucking dog shit compared to JermaineCubes. But I mean, he yeah, he beat me in 20 seconds, and I think I was pretty fast in my Rook 30. I wasn't like super slow. So I couldn't believe it. I mean, he had this huge cube. It was like eight, like it wasn't even. I don't even know how to explain. Like it was.
I'm
Yeah, it was an
looking
eight
at it
by
right now.
eight.
That's fucking massive. What?
Yeah.
Jermaine, have you ever done a big ass cube like that? An 8x8?
Biggest one I've solved is like a 7x7.
How, let's
7x7.
say you did a 7x7 now. Like, how long on average do you think it would take to solve something like that?
Probably like 5 or 6 minutes.
That's
Dude,
crazy to
we
me.
gotta get another one of those videos, except with JermaineCubes.
Dude, Jermaine would kick your ass, dog.
Yeah,
Okay,
bro.
well I don't even know how
I've
we were.
I've actually done I think a relay with like 2x2 up till 7x7. I think I've done it in like just under 15 minutes. I think it was
What
like
the
40
hell,
minutes.
bro? We'll do a round 5 speed run instead of round 30.
You're
Around
gonna
five
get
speed run.
smacked, dog.
Round 5 speed run, only knifing. Only knifing. Oh my, that's actually unbelievable. I'm sorry.
Hey,
Yeah.
it confirmed Jermaine is the most well-rounded person in the zombies community. We got Rubik's Cube professional, vlogger, jet skier, 5 world record holder in a year, Australian. You know, that's like the most important part. But what a legend. What a legend.
Yeah. I mean, that's awesome, bro. Like he's super well rounded. There's not a lot of people like that. And the only
Yeah.
person I can think of, and you play Geometry Dash. We didn't bring that up. Don't you play Geometry Dash too? Aren't you really good at Geometry Dash?
I did play a lot of Geometry back a few years ago.
What can't you do, Jermaine?
Literally. There's another I don't know if you guys know who Riot is.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I know who that is.
he's a really big Geometry Dash guy. He got partnered on Twitch because of Geometry Dash.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was wondering why he's
Yeah.
partnered with like 20 viewers.
Okay.
Well, I was wondering. It's a reasonable question.
I was there. Well, that was unnecessary. Anyway, well, yeah. I mean, he's a really big Geometry Dash guy. I've noticed that. Like, all these really good zombies players that learn really fast are also, like, really good at other things, too. That's something I've noticed, not even just in zombies, but in also a lot of other games, too. Like, I know Ninja, before he played Fortnite, he was, like, a pro in Halo.
Yeah.
And then he played Fortnite, and he became, like, a beast at Fortnite, like, straight away. There's a lot of like Valorant players that were like pro league players and shit before they.
I think it's sort of like a crossover thing. Like if you're naturally good at a game, you're gonna be good
Yeah.
at another game that you play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I wonder if the majority of like pro players are good gamers or if they're just like really dedicated to that game specifically. Because me, I'm a
Yeah.
terrible gamer. Like, if you put me on any video game, I'm gonna do horribly at it. My only chance of getting even remotely decent at it is putting in hours and hours and hours, and I'm still gonna be shit. So like, uh, I'm just curious if there's just most of the pro players out there are like me where they have to grind their ass off at the game, or if it's just like they're naturally good at all video games, so they're kind of at an advantage like even when they start out.
I would say they're naturally good at games,
Yeah.
but
There's
but
there's
yours
some people.
but you also got to put in the hours to get a world record on zombies. Like you can't
Mm-hmm.
just get it within like playing the game for a week or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think anybody could just be naturally world record level at zombies.
Yeah, no,
That
definitely not.
that would be crazy. I would love to see that. Like, there's definitely people that are more inclined for it, like you, I would say, because I mean, it took you a year to get something that most people would take way longer to get. But yeah, like I would say you're probably the best example of that. Like, obviously you grinded your ass off, but it was quick progression, and it still took
Yeah.
a year. Like, I can't imagine with people that don't have that like natural skill with video games. They're just fucked for life and they're not getting anything. Yeah. All right. Anything else anybody wants to say before we wrap it up for the day?
JermaineCubes is a beast. I
Agreed.
say that much. I
That's all
don't
you gotta
know.
say?
Yeah, that's all we gotta say.
I don't know, Mike. Are you still planning on playing Ascension, or are you done with that map?
I do want to play Ascension. I do want to play Kino at some point. I want to keep getting better at 5, like just learn the map and everything. But the thing is, I don't really have any motivation to do zombies right
Yeah.
now. I've been doing
Yeah,
some just
that's fair.
chatting the last few days, and I like doing just chatting. It's pretty chill, just like hanging out, listening
Yeah.
to music, talking to the community. And I'm definitely interested in doing more YouTube videos like I've been doing for Obey Undead, but just sitting down to do a high round game, I don't really see myself doing that soon. But then again,
That's fair.
you get like random things where it's just like I want to play. So who
Yeah.
knows?
Anything can happen.
Yep.
The big Mike 241 is coming. 242. 240.
How about let's get a 200 first? You know, how about we get to round 100 again? Because I haven't been around 100 on any game since September 16th. So it's
Wait, is that your Insta game?
yeah. That was my
Oh my.
Ascension 184. I haven't been to round 100 since then. It's been like 3 months. Pretty bad.
Nah, you got. I think once you get the motivation, you'll be fine. You'll be good.
Yes, I got this shit.
Nah,
220 reset on Ascension.
Hell yeah, bro.
All right, guys. Thank you everybody so much for tuning in today. Hopefully we're going to be doing some more consistent podcasts within the next few months. We definitely have KXG coming up soon, talking about his Gorod Kurovi game. We've been trying to get Hack Shots on for a long time, and one of these days we're gonna get him on for sure. Definitely want to get Fleur. And if you guys have any other recommendations, let me know in the comments section. But thank you once again. Make sure you drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of shit. Go check out Jermaine. All his links are gonna be in the description. He's a homie. You better go hang out with him. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.